Hi, hello everyone. This is a sixth part in a series of videos regarding to permanent residence application for in Canada protected person. And in the previous videos, I completed all the digital forms, including the IMM 0008, IMM 5406, IMM 5669, and IMM 5562. And the status, as you can see in here, are ready to submit. Please check it out. I put those links in the description below so that you can refer when needed. And in this video today, I will work with you on two PDF forms. That is IMM 0008, Schedule 14, and then how to understand and check mark the document checklist. That is a form IMM 5286. Alright, so let's get started. So as usual, you open the link to permanent resident portal account. I can put the link and the video regarding creating PR portal in the description below too. You enter your username and password, and then after that you sign in into your account. Okay, here you go guys. Let's click in the view button in here, and you are in your application. And in part 1 video, I uploaded the schedule 14 for both John Smith and Laura Smith, as you can see in here, okay? Because both of them are over 18. And if you have family members in the application who are over 18, then you must complete the form on their behalf, get them signed, and upload the form for each of them in this portal, alright? And in the case of John Smith, he has only for himself and his wife. The child, Peter Smith, is 15 years old, so no need to, alright? Now I will remove John Smith form so that I can start demonstrating of how to work on that. And I will keep Laura Smith form in here, okay? Click in here, delete. Okay, so now you no longer see John Smith form in here. Just click in the download, and then you will see the page comes up like this, but no worry, okay? You just click on the download in here, that thing, and then save it in a folder, and then you have to open it manually, alright? So guys, here is a form for John Smith, and he will need to fill out all parts, print out and sign by hand in either black or blue ink, alright? Then scan and upload it in the portal, alright? Family name, Smith, given name, John, date of birth, client's ID. You will see this UCI number in the IRCC or Refugee Board letters of communications, like in refugee claimants documents or in notice of decision letter. Okay, so it probably has 8 digits or 10 digits, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say that John Smith has 8 digits. And then number 4, have you ever been granted permanent residence in Canada? In his case, no. Number 5, are you recognized as a convention refugee by a country other than Canada? No. Can you return to that country? No. Okay, if you answer yes in here, then you can select yes, no question in here. Number 6, are you a citizen or national of more than one country? No. So if you select on yes, then you have to list the countries in here. Number 7, are you a legal and permanent resident of any other countries? Say in John Smith's case, no. Okay, and if yes, then you list the countries in here. Can you return to that country? You can say yes or no based on your question in B. Okay, and always please keep in mind that you are looking for the protection from Canada. So I would say just select the answer wisely, all right? And then after that, you print it out and sign by hand in ink in that box, and then date in here, okay? After signing and date, you scan the document, save it in your folder to get it ready for uploading in the portal. Now let's go back to the main page of the application. You click on upload here, get the form for John Smith, and boom, here you go. That's fast, right? So in this schedule 14, whoever in this application is over 18 years old will need a separate form with signature of that person by hand in wet ink, okay? Then you scan and upload it by clicking in the upload in here, all right? So if you have 5 people in the family is over 18 years old, then you have to upload 5 times in here. Okay, and you do the same step with Laura Smith, but I have Laura Smith here already, so no need to re-upload that. All right, now let's move to the other form, that is the form IMM 5286. That is the document checklist. All right, so click in here and download, and then the document checklist here. Then you open it and save it in your folder so that we can work on and get it ready for uploading whenever we are done. All right, so save it. So guys, here is a document checklist, and the checklist is one of the forms that you will need to submit with your application. And translations of every identity and relationship documents need to be translated into English or French. Any of the required documents listed below are missing, then your application will be returned. And you need to gather your documents in order of the checklist and then check mark each item. All right, so let's go over one by one. First is the Generic Application Form for Canada IMM 0008. I completed this form in the second part of this series. Please check it out. All right. Next is the Additional Dependent IMM 0008 DEP, if applicable. All right. And then normally it is for paper application that the principal applicant has more than 5 dependents. Then he will need to fill these extra forms. However, in the online portal, no need to, especially in this John Smith specific case. All right. So you don't need to check mark this box. And next is the Schedule 14. You will need to check mark because it is a required form. All right. And this is a PDF form that we completed today in this video. And this schedule collects detailed biographical information about the applicant and their dependents, who are also recognized as protected persons and convention refugee. All right. Schedule A, Background Declarations IMM 5669. That is a required form, so you will need to check it out. Okay, and this Schedule A has been completed in part 4 of the series. It asks information about your personal background and history, including the education, membership in association, government positions, criminal history, military service, and addresses. All right. Next is the additional family information, and this form is required as well. Okay, let's check back in here. The additional family information has been completed in part 3 of this series. Please check it out in the link below. It asks information about parents, children, spouse, and siblings of any person in the application who is over 18 years old, and the applicant needs to fill his or her own forms and on behalf of the other as well. All right. Next is the use of a representative, IMM 5476, if applicable. Alright, so it is not mandatory form. You don't need to check mark if you complete the application by yourself, and you can conduct the business with Immigration Canada. However, if you want to use a representative, I have a previous video regarding of how to fill the use of representative form IMM 5476. I put the link into the description below. Please check it out. All right. Next is a document checklist. That is this form. All right. That is mandatory, and then you will need to check mark all in here. If you miss this document checklist, then your application will be returned. Now we are done with explaining the forms in the document checklist. Let's move to the identifications and relationships documents. You will need to provide the IRCC a photocopy of all identities and relationships documents. For example, in this case, John Smith and Laura Smith need to provide marriage certificate, and if it's not in English or in French, then that certificate needs to be translated in either English or French. All right. And also in Peter Smith and John Smith, that is the relationship between the father and the son, then he will need to provide a birth certificate for Peter Smith. All right. And again, if it's not in English or French, then that documents need to be translated into either English or French. So I check identity and relationship document, and I also check translations of those documents. Okay. Next is supporting documents, and you will need to provide the photos, okay? And in this document checklist, it asks you to provide 2 passport size photos for yourself and your family members in Canada with your names written on the back. However, that is for paper base. And we are using the online portal, so it is digital photo. You upload the front photo in here. And then at the back of the photo store will type your name, your date of birth, and also its name and date that you took the photo. And the back of the photo will be uploaded in the supporting document in others part, okay? Now, the next one in the supporting documents is a photocopy of your letter from the IRCC, which says that you have been found to be a protected person. And then you have the check mark because that is a must. Okay. And then that's it for the protected temporary residence. If you have, then you upload it in here. Okay. But in the case of John Smith, he doesn't have it, but he has a notice of decision saying that his family have been found to be a protected person, so he will need to submit it in here. The last but not least is fee receipt. All right, so you will have to check mark in here and then attach the receipt in the supporting document. If you don't pay the application fee, then the application will be returned to you. Regarding to the fees online as a protected person, the fee is $635 for one person, and include your spouse or partner, it will be $635, and then a dependent child, that will be $175. Okay, and then you just add it up, and then after that you submit and then you pay. Okay guys, so we just completed the document checklist, and then let's save it, and then we can upload it in the portal. And here is the main page of the application. We completed that form, schedule 14, and here is the document checklist 5286, and then we upload in here. Click on the upload, get that form, boom. Okay, it is successfully uploaded here already. Okay guys, so that's it for today, and we completed all the digital forms, we completed the PDF forms, and then we uploaded the supporting documents for in Canada protected persons already in the very first videos in the series. All right, and in the next video I will review all of those, then processing the fee payment, and then declarations, and then we can submit the application. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and see you.